Mahabharivachan, someone who can take the book to greater heights. I have learned that a great editor must be a reflection of the author, someone who understands the author. I'm extremely lucky to have found these qualities in my young and bright editor, Shrukirti Karuna, who is a talented engineer and a management graduate with an immense love for the English language. I have known Shruti since the day she was born because I was friends with her parents even then. I have seen her growing up. She has seen me getting old, and our bond has deepened with each passing day over the years. She reads my mind, tells me frankly where I am wrong, where she is getting bored with my writing, and edits as required. In addition to work, we both love reading and discuss countless things that are here, there, and everywhere. I also want to thank my wonderful family who knew of my love for writing and understand it and allowed me to prioritize it over their needs. In time, Penguin Random House became my sole English publisher. I was also fortunate enough to get interest from publishers who worked in regional languages, and I have remained with them since the beginning. For the Marathi language, there is Mehta Publishing House in Pune, Arasheth in Ahmedabad for Gujarati, Prabhat Prakashan in Delhi for Hindi translation, DC Books in Kottayam for Malayalam, and Lakhananda Pracharanulu in Vijayawada for Telugu translations, among others. One day, I received an email from a Gujarati reader who asked, Sudhaben, you look like a Gujarati and you even eat like one. Your books are really wonderful. I'm very curious. How did you get married to a South Indian? The email made me smile. I responded to the reader that I was a South Indian myself and that the quality of the translation in Gujarati was so good that she thought that I belonged to her land. During one of my international trips, I was pleasantly surprised to come across my books in New Jersey. As I beamed and picked one of them up, and the Gujarati shopkeeper looked at me and commented, "Take it, Sarasche." He meant that the book was nice and I should buy it. Happily, I nodded. As I heard my name being called on stage again for the lifetime achievement award, my mind returned to the present and I slowly climbed the steps leading up to the stage. Each step was a reminder of the journey that was lasted over 40 years. It was a journey filled with rejections, negative comments, and disapprovals, along with appreciation, a lot of love and affection. I hope that I have somehow been the voice of people who remain shy, hidden, unknown, and yearn for an outlet of their expression. I have lost count of the number of times people have said to me, I couldn't write, but I want to share my story. Will you write it and share it with the world? Some of my students have frequently remarked, Ma'am, each of us has faltered and made mistakes during the course of our lives. We don't want the next generation to go through trying times that can be avoided with just a little bit of advice and wisdom. Will you tell our stories in your book? I'm always hesitant. I don't want to take anyone's privacy for granted or share anything without his or her permission unfair. But powerful stories, no matter where they come from, are meant to be told. So I fancy myself as only a career. My vast experience as a truly underprivileged in India, my publishers who have unwavering faith in me, my excellent editor, and my readers have made me what I am today. So my journey is not mine alone. It's also about the people around me. There's parts of me that realizes that my writing emanates from Saraswati, the goddess of knowledge, learning and writing, and that I am only her scribe. Without her assent and blessing, I can't write even one line. Today, I have a resume of 29 books and am a bilingual writer in both English and Kannada, with writings across categories such as novels, non-fiction, fiction, children's books, travel eggs, and technical books. My books have been translated into 20 languages and one Braille system. This book is my 200th title. As many as 26 million copies of my books have been sold, of which 1.5 million are in English alone. But I have also learned the hard way that nothing succeeds like success. The proof, I have been told, lies in the sales and the number of reprints sold in the last decade and more. Despite the numbers, I know that I am not an author for the English elite and that I cannot spin words like the books from the West as some Indian authors. But English is no longer the language meant only for the elite as it was in the days before. Somehow the common people of India have found a way to welcome English into their daily lives, and that includes me too. I can only tell stories from the heart and in a simple manner. That's all I really know, and that is also the only thing in the world that is truly mine. Amma, what's your duty? At the time, my daughter Akshata was a teenager. By nature, she was very sensitive, and her home she started reading for blind children at Ramana Maharishi Academy of the Blind at Bangalore. She was scribed too. She used to come home and tell me about the world of blind people. Later, she wrote an essay on them called I Saw the World Through the Blind Eyes of Mary. Mary was a student in the academy who was about to appear for the pre-university exam. Once Akshata took Mary to Lalbagh for a change. The conversation between them was quite unusual. Mary, there are different types of red roses in this park, Akshata told her. Mary was surprised. Akshata, what do you mean by red? Akshata did not know how to explain what was red. She took a rose and a jasmine and gave them to Mary. Mary, smell these two flowers in your hand. They have different smells. The first one is a rose. It is in red color. The second one is a jasmine. It's white. Mary, it is difficult to explain what's red and what's white. But I can tell you that in this world there are many colors which can be seen and differentiated only through the eyes and not by touch. I am sorry. After that incident, Akshata told me, Amma, never talk about colors when you talk to blind people. They feel frustrated. I felt so helpless when I was trying to explain to Mary. Now I always describe the world to them by describing smells and sounds which they understand easily. Akshata also used to help a blind boy called Anand Sharma at the school. He was the only child of a school teacher from Bihar. He was bright and jolly. He was about to appear for his second pre-university exam. One day I was heading for an examination committee meeting. At that time, I was head of the department of computer science at a local college. It was almost the end of February. Winter was slowly ending, and there was trace of summer setting in. Bangalore is blessed with a beautiful weather. The many trees lining the roads were flowering and the city was washed in different shades of violet, yellow and red. I was busy getting ready to attend the meeting, hence I was collecting old syllabi, question papers and reference books. Akshata came upstairs to my room. She looked worried and tired. She was then studying class 10. I thought she was tired preparing for her exams. As a mother, I have never insisted my children study too much. My parents never did that. They always believed the child has to be responsible. A responsible child will sit down to study on his own. I told Akshata, don't worry about the exams. Trying is in your hands. The results are not with you. She was annoyed and irritated by my advice. Amma, I didn't talk about any examination. Why are you reminding me of that? I was surprised at her irritation, but I was also busy gathering all question papers, so I did not say anything. Absently, I looked at her face. Was it a trace of sadness on it, or was it my imagination? Amma, you know Anand Sharma? He came to our house once. He is a bright boy. I am confident that he will do very well in his final examination. He is also confident about it. He wants to study further. She stopped. By this time, I have found the old question papers I had been looking for, but not the syllabus. My search was on. Akshata stood facing me and continued, Amma, he wants to study at St. Stephen's in Delhi. He does not have anybody. He is poor. It is an expensive place. What should he do? Who will support him? I am worried. It was getting late for my meeting, so I casually remarked, Akshata, why don't you support him? Amma, where do I have the money to support a boy in a Delhi hostel? My search was still on. You can forfeit your birthday party and save money and sponsor him. At home, even now both our children do not get pocket money. Whenever they want to buy anything, they ask me and give them money. We don't have big birthday parties. Akshata's birthday party would mean calling a few of her friends to the house and ordering food from the nearby fast food joint, Shanti Sagar. Amma, when an educated person like you will travel, will read and without love for money doesn't help poor people, then don't expect anyone else to do. Is it not your duty to give back to those unfortunate people? What are you looking for in life? Are you looking for a glamour of fame? You are the daughter of a doctor, granddaughter of a school teacher, and come from a distinguished teaching family. If you cannot help poor people, then don't expect anyone else to do it. Mahabharata.